Hello everyone, this is me, Mr. Tyrex here, and we are playing Sonic Triple Trouble for the Sonic Gems collection on GameCube. And boy, is this loud. We're gonna go down Triple Trouble. And the beginning intro has usually 5 cats, emeralds scattered around. And we see Knuckles taking it. Sonic is chasing after Knuckles. And Tails is right behind Sonic. And we see Dr. Robotnik with the other Chaos Emerald. And thus starts Sonic Triple Trouble. And I'll give this a retro look right here too. And we're going to be starting out with Sonic. We're going to be playing the Great Turquoise. Every zone starts out with like this Green Hill type of zone. Pretty overused, but it's pretty good. Well, it doesn't look exactly like Green Hill. I know Sonic 2, for when I previously played it, started out in like a desert setting. And what we want to do, but there's also a Chaos Emerald box, but what we have to do is get 50 rings. If you don't have 50 rings, then that glowy thing doesn't show up. So we want to stay right here. Spin dash right there. And then we got wacky music going on here. And here's where I would like to do my jumping. As you see right there, there's the Chaos Emerald ring. Chaos Emerald box. And we are in the first special stage in the game. What I would like to do is make sure you get to the correct amount of here's what I like to do. Rapidly tap A, so that way I can get to the platform on time. You do have a time limit, by the way. Yeah, you can get past that thing too, or destroy the bouncing thing. And you see that ring box, that leads you to the red spring right there. And I'll spin dash and jump. You don't really need to do that, but really cool to see. Also, go to the very left and spin dash to get past this part. And make sure you get this right, so that way you don't get bounced. Yeah, momentum's pretty hard right there to control a little bit, not by much. You just gotta build up some momentum from that spring. You'll make it. And this is where we meet another character, Fang the Sniper, as he's setting up a trap with by pressing the button with his tail, but he's so stupid that he ends up hurting himself. I don't know what the heck he was doing right there. And that's our first Chaos Emerald in the game. And right ahead is the completion. Yeah, it's like right near the end of the stage, too. This is like the first 2 zones. That is. And it's pretty, this is also pretty Chaos Emerald here, too. If you're playing as Sonic. There's those speed boots, but we're not going to use this. Because we want to get these Chaos Emeralds first. By collecting 50 rings here. Make sure you don't get hurt. And get these rings. Yeah, some of these rings are known to having a pretty narrow hitbox, as you saw earlier. Yeah, the hitbox can be pretty off in this game. It's a minor problem. But if you're going for that Chaos Emerald run, yeah, that can stir up some problems there. And here is like I would spin dash to the enemies right there. Don't show a real threat, as you can jump over them too. And here's our way into achieving, and we got enough to go to the special stage. There's a checkpoint box as they finally return in the 8-bit Sonic titles. Sonic 1 on 8-bit, the 8-bit version of Sonic the Hedgehog 1. There wasn't checkpoints in Sonic the Hedgehog 2 or Sonic Chaos. 8-bit Sonic 2, that is. As the Game Gear and Master System are 8-bit Sega consoles. I make sure to do a light tap because you can't go back for it. And if you go a little too edging out on the screen, then you can't go back. I feel like this game's more comfy with the GameCube controller than the Switch and PS5 controller. And I know you can play your GameCube controllers on the Nintendo Switch. Especially that Switch 2 GameCube controller provided by Nintendo's online service for the Switch 2. I think this is backwards. I think Sonic Origins Plus is backwards compatible for Switch 2, but I don't own a Switch 2, and I don't feel like it right now. After the BS announcements they keep making. Alright, and this here against Fang the Sniper, and he's gonna have a Springer right there. What I like to do is follow him around, jump, and just hit him as much as possible until he goes down. And there you go. Pretty damn easy boss right there. Fang is running away. And I don't know why he just takes the Chaos Emeralds with him. Like, that would have been smarter instead of leaving them out for the heroes to collect it. Fang, why can't you think of something? then this ends the zone right there. Oh, yeah, yeah, you can press the left of the C stick, left or right of the C stick, if you want to change screens sizes. But I like to go for the full screen size, right there. And we need to grab. I recommend grabbing rings for this fight because the boss has like 2 phases. The first phase it's not really that hard. No wonder why they call it the Great Turquoise, is because of that turquoise batnik. And as you see, it is a pretty tricky area because sometimes it doesn't register your ball form. But it takes 4 hits at the bottom, 4 hits at the top. Not really a hard boss fight. I just recommend you have rings, because if you don't get the rings, you're pretty much dead in 1 hit. And Knuckles is like flaming up the whole screen right there, as you saw earlier. I don't even know how that works. Get that ladybug batnik right there, and we can take the cart ride similar to Sonic 2 on Game Gear, or the 8-bit Sonic 2, that is, because it's more than just on the Game Gear, it's also on the Master System. Alright, we're not gonna grab that just yet, as we want to take out these batniks right here. What you do not want to do is do not jump right by those things, because look what happens. You can't really control your jumps. That's why I took out 2 of those batniks right there, is because I don't want to get hit. You're not able to roll into a ball or anything. And make sure you spin dash right there, because that ladybug batnik on the cart will respawn. Or the Moto bugs, or whatever the heck you want to call them. Make sure you jump. Oh, that was close. And there's the springs. You can jump over here. And there's the Chaos Emerald. But we have to get 50 rings first. And there's our 50 rings. We can jump over that. This is a pretty hard stage, so I'm gonna do a quick save right there. This is kind of a tricky stage right here. This is the... Oh, I'm not really paying attention. Right, this is where you wanna... It's kind of gets trickier every time, but it can be managed. Yeah. The rings can be another wall. Ring boxes can be another wall. Just keep on jumping. And here's like I'll rapidly tap the A button. Do it again. This is kind of a tight time limit. Oh, jeez. Right there. Good. I managed to get there. Woo! And this time, it's just a speeder. And he'll spawn in, and he just takes about 3 hits with this speeder. Wow. Easy boss fight right there. Give me some challenge, would you, Fang? Alright, got some rings before exiting. And there's the exit. Alright, we start this act with the cart ride, and we get hit by a wall. We'll use get some rings right there. Look at that. And there's another ring box, and it's time to use those boots from Sonic Chaos. Get to see these in action. There's another Batnik cart ride. Oh, got a little too excited right there. And be careful of that red spring right there. You do not want to get hit by that thing. And there's another emerald box right here. And our objective is, as last 2 times, is get 80 rings. And it looks like we're in outer space too, or in Starlight Zone from Sonic 1. And that trail of rings will lead us to a big amount right there. Look at that. Yeah, the horizon's like not really great for Game Gear standards. Anyone played Outrun or Space Harrier on 8 Game Gear can understand that the low amount of scaling right there. And we got 80 rings. Alright, Fang, what else do you have up your sleeve? Here's what I like to do. Hit him on the side, hit him the bottom, side, bottom, side, bottom, dodge, side. And he pretty much ends up hitting himself with that rocket, if enough hits were taken on him. And we got ourselves another Chaos Emerald. And we want to really make sure you jump before getting to the exit right here. We're done with Act 2, but it transitions to Act 3. Yes, you see a transition for Act 3. Pretty much a train Mach speed level. Yeah, this is a pretty cool transition in this game, where you get to take out that train boss. This is pretty much a boss level now. It doesn't say Act 3 or anything like that. We'll get to the boss pretty soon. And there is Batniks to be taken out. I'm surprised how big their hitbox is, because usually you'll hit their flail area, their mine part. Make sure you hit, dodge. Takes about 3 hits, and I failed to hit that one. But no worries, this is pretty damn easy boss right here, as you see. Can take this thing out in 3 hits, no problem. Well, everyone, gonna be signing off, so this is me, Mr. Tyrex, signing out. Peace out and enjoy.